Divorce isn't the same everywhere. Every relationship is unique, and so is every split. The process can look completely different depending on where you live, who you are, and what your life looks like. What happens in Texas may not happen the same way in California. The rules, the paperwork, and even the timeline can change just because you're in a different state. Every state has its own divorce laws, and you need to know yours. Some states are strict, others are more flexible, and the details can make a huge difference in your outcome. The rules affect everything: when you can file, how you split your belongings, and who gets the dog. It's not just about dividing up the furniture, it's about your future, your finances, and sometimes even your family pets. Don't assume anything, get the facts for your state. A quick online search or a call to a local expert can save you from big mistakes down the road. Know the difference between community property and equitable distribution. Some states split everything 50/50ths, while others look at what's fair, which isn't always equal. Understand residency requirements before you file. You might need to live in your state for a certain amount of time before you can even start the process. Make sure you're following the correct process for your location. If you use information that doesn't apply to your state, you could make mistakes. The legal requirements change at every state line. What's allowed in one place might not be allowed in another. Step 1, research your state's laws, not rumors or TV drama. Real life isn't like what you see on reality shows or hear from friends. Take control, get informed, and be proactive about your divorce. The more you know, the better you can protect yourself and your future. Let's break down the basics so you can start smart, avoid surprises, and make the best choices for your situation. Why are you divorcing? The court wants to know. Used to be, you had to prove someone was at fault: adultery, cruelty, abandonment. Now, every state offers no-fault divorce. Just say it's over, no blame needed. No fault saves time, money, and stress. But in some states, proving fault can affect property or alimony, so it's sometimes strategic but risky. Ask yourself, is proving fault worth the emotional and financial cost? Courts are for resolving legal matters and helping people move forward. No-fault divorce is designed to help you move on. Dividing assets and debts is a key part of divorce. It's not just about who gets the house or the car. Every dollar, every debt, and every piece of property you've acquired together is considered. This is often the most emotional and complex part of the process, because it involves separating finances that have been connected for years. States use either community property, where everything acquired during marriage is split equally, or equitable distribution, which means things are divided fairly, but not always equally. The difference can affect your financial future. Know which system your state uses. The rules can change outcomes, from who keeps the house to how retirement accounts are divided. In community property states, most things earned or bought during marriage are split equally, and that includes debts. Even if only one spouse accumulated credit card bills, both may be responsible. In equitable distribution states, judges look at factors like how long you were married, each person's income, and what each contributed to the marriage, financially and otherwise, to decide what's fair. Alimony, or spousal support, is not automatic. It depends on whether one spouse needs help and whether the other can afford to pay. The court considers the overall situation. Courts consider your standard of living during the marriage, how long you were together, and each person's financial situation when deciding on alimony. Sometimes alimony is for a limited time, to help someone become financially independent. Other times it can last for years, especially after long marriages. Don't assume you'll get or pay alimony. Every state has its own rules, and every case is different. It's important to understand what applies to you. Before you start the process, get clear on your financial situation. Gather documents, list assets and debts, and know where you stand. Divorce is about more than just ending a relationship. It's about making sure you're financially secure for the next part of your life. If you have kids, focus on their needs during this process. Courts focus on the child's best interest, and so should you. Custody comes in two forms: legal, decision-making, and physical, where the child lives. Most courts prefer joint legal custody. Physical custody varies. Child support is a legal obligation. States use formulas based on income and time spent with each parent. Hiding income or avoiding support is not allowed. You can resolve issues in court or work together on a parenting plan. A parenting plan should cover custody, schedules, and conflict resolution. Children benefit when parents cooperate after divorce. Support your children and act responsibly. When facing divorce, many people think court is the only way forward. But court should really be your last resort. It's expensive, slow, and often adds even more stress to an already difficult situation. The process can drag on for months or even years, draining your finances and emotional energy. Plus, you're handing over control of your future to a judge who doesn't know your family. Mediation is another option. In mediation, a neutral mediator helps you and your spouse communicate and reach agreement on important issues like finances, property, and parenting without taking sides. Mediation is private, often much faster than court, and gives you both the power to make decisions that work for your unique situation. You can talk openly, knowing your discussions are confidential. Another option is collaborative divorce. Here, both sides have their own lawyers, but everyone commits to working together and staying out of court. You'll have the support of professionals like financial experts or child specialists to help find fair solutions. These approaches encourage cooperation, creative problem solving, and respect. You're working together to find the best outcome for everyone involved. You keep control over the decisions that matter most rather than leaving them up to a judge. This can lead to more satisfying and lasting agreements. These methods are especially helpful if you have children and want to co-parent effectively. They help preserve relationships and set a positive tone for your family's future. Of course, mediation and collaboration aren't right for every situation. If there's abuse, dishonesty, or a lack of safety, going to court may be necessary to protect yourself and your loved ones. For most couples, starting with mediation or collaboration is a good first step. It's a chance to resolve issues with dignity and respect. You can save significant money, avoid months of legal battles, and reduce the emotional toll on everyone involved. Most importantly, you protect your relationships and lay the groundwork for a healthier future for you and your family. So before you head to court, take time to explore your options. A smarter split is possible, and it starts with the right approach. Divorce laws are always evolving. What worked last year might not work now. States are updating alimony, child support, and custody rules. Some are moving toward equal shared parenting as the default. Technology is changing the process. Online filings, virtual hearings, and simple divorces for some couples. Don't rely on old info or your friend's experience. Check your state's official court website for the latest laws. Read up, but don't go it alone. Consult a qualified family law attorney who knows current rules. Your divorce is too important for guesswork. Be proactive, get expert advice, and protect your future. With knowledge and the right help, you can get through this. Hope this information helps. Like and subscribe for more, if so. Feel free to provide feedback and/or experiences in the comment section below. We have videos covering lots of topics that could be helpful to making informed decisions. Have a great day. Article link is in the description box below.